Hey everybody, welcome to What's Cooking Wednesday, the evening edition. So this is the Second Chance Kitchen and I'm Christy. So thank you for joining me today. Today's recipe is not a handwritten recipe. It is a family recipe though. It is my dad's buffalo chicken wings, like the marinade for it. And so well, it turns out I think it's his younger sister's recipe is what I found out. So all this time I thought it was my dad's recipe. It's not. It's my aunt's, his younger sister. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's still in the family. I will post a picture, or I posted a link to it because I made these last year. Or no, I made them a couple of years ago. Oh, I make them every year, but I actually blogged about it a couple of years ago. So I thought today would be the perfect day to do this for What's Cooking Wednesday, since it is Wednesday and I need to get these marinating for Easter on Sunday. So really, I think you can get them marinating in like a day or two. You know, like Friday would be okay, but I like them super tangy, so I found that the Wednesday before, or even Thursday, but I like to try and get them in Wednesday. And then just every time I open the refrigerator, I just give the container a good shake, and that's what you have it. So this is a big container I have. It's big. See my head? There's the container. It is a 40 cups. 9.4 liters. It's a 40 cup container, so it's a pretty big one. I bought 2 family packs of chicken wings, and so that's what I'm going to be cutting up. I wanted to have these kind of cut up ahead of time because I am not the best at cutting these things. It takes me a little while. So I might just do like half and then make the marinade and then do the rest later. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll just whiz on through. So yeah, I have about, like I said, I bought 2 family packs of chicken wings. And it came out to about, they were just over 4 pounds a pack. So I have maybe 8 to 9 pounds worth of chicken wings. And so I guess we'll get started. I've got all my ingredients laid out. Now the marinade, I can't remember. I want to say I 6'd it last year. I made a lot of marinade because it's a big container. It's a lot of chicken. But we'll start with tripling it and then we can go from there and see if I might need some more. I've got a lot of chicken to cut up. Here's a whole bowl of it over here. I've got some on my cutting board already, but I've got all my ingredients for the marinade laid out. So let's get started. I've got my gloves on this time because it's chicken and I just felt like wearing gloves. Hair's pulled back and apron's on. So let me pull you down so you can watch while I cut the chicken. I hope everybody's day is going well so far. And if you are having trouble seeing, let me know. How's that look? Pretty good? Pretty good. Okay, so let's get to cutting. And like I said, my husband doesn't usually like to eat chicken on the bone. So I am not used to cutting up chicken like this. Fairly new to it. I did wash the chicken ahead of time. I kind of rinsed it off. I did not use soap. Those people have to be crazy, right? Okay, so the funny part is, so here's a chicken wing. In case you've never done this, if you know, like me, I'm pretty new to it. This is what the whole chicken wing looks like. It's got 3 parts. It's got the little tip of the wing here. You've got your drum, and then you've got your flap. So the first time I made these, I don't know how many stores I went to. Funny story. Okay, well, first of all, you want to cut this part off, the little tip of the wing, and then you're going to cut it. There's supposed to be like a knot where the joint is, where you should be able to cut it pretty easily, but I always have trouble, so my knife is sharp today. So anyway, let me get started. I'll tell you my funny story. The first time I made these, I know there's an easier way to do this. Let's see, I missed it because it shouldn't be that hard. Where is it? Where are you? It's gonna take me a while, you guys. I might just make the marinade and have to do this part later. Where's my my butcher knife when you need it. Okay, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to doing this again, and then I'll find where it needs to go. So the first time I made these, I went to a couple of different stores, and I was looking for the, I thought they were gonna be separate. I didn't know it was gonna come as a full one. Like I said, my family doesn't usually eat chicken on the bone. So I was looking for a packet of the drums and the flats separate. Yeah, little did I know that's not how they come. And I think I finally asked my mom, and she was like laughing at me. She's like, no, you have to cut them up yourself. I was like, oh man. Okay, well, that's supposed to be a drum. All right, let's try and get this one done. All right, cut the tip part off like that. We'll put that to the side. I'll find my rhythm, and I'll find the right spot to get them. Don't worry. Might take me a little bit, but I'll get it. I'll get it. And don't make fun of me and my cutting techniques and all that fun stuff. So, see? Okay, that one wasn't so bad. Cut the little tip off. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but there's really no meat on it. Not much anyway, so I'll just get rid of it. See, I missed it. There we go. Isn't this fun? Crunch. Nothing like crunching a bone, right? So this marinade, you can make it as spicy or as not spicy as you like. When you think of buffalo chicken, you think of like the buffalo sauce, right? And it's saucy. These are not saucy. You can put them in the oven, but we just tend to grill them. And they're not saucy at all. They're just, it's a marinade. And the spicier you want, you just add more cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is what's gonna give it the spice. But these are tangy, like I said, and they're usually a hit, so everybody always seems to like them. Of course, it helps if you have a really sharp knife. Hi Sharon, thanks for popping on tonight. Hope you're doing well. I am cutting up some chicken wings to get them marinating for Easter. There we go. Like I said, I wanted to have this done ahead of time because I knew it was going to take me a minute. But I think I've found my little rhythm. Sometimes I hit the right spot, sometimes I don't. That's okay. We had an online meeting tonight. My daughter is going into high school in the fall, and it was like a new parent meeting. So it was pretty cool. Lots of info and explaining things and all that fun stuff. Y'all see what I'm doing? Let me know if you can't see, and I'll adjust. Sharon, have you ever had to cut up chicken wings before? Scoop these down. Cut the little tip part off. And then you separate the drum from the wing. What part of the chicken wing do you like? I don't really care. Chicken is chicken. But I know some people are like, I only eat the drums, or I only eat the flats. I don't care. See, I missed it. I know y'all are probably like, that's not how you cut it. I'm butchering it. Literally, I am butchering it. Does that gross you out? Look, the little wing, still has feathers on it. Can you see that? The feathers. Ta-da! There's my ta-da for the night. Ta-da! I have to say it now. See, missed it. Where are you? There you go. I know there's a spot. I just don't have a feel for it because I don't do this often enough. Really, I think I only do this like once a year, and it's for this. It's for Easter chickens. Like I said, I did rinse these off. Is that weird? Are you a chicken washer or not? Alright, one pack down. One to go. That wasn't too bad. That didn't take too long. That first one was a little hard to watch. Sorry about that. Here we go. I think that's all of them. Let's start grabbing from the bowl. Let me scooch back a little so y'all can see. Oh, sorry. Scratch. I'm not sure why chicken it grosses some people out. Like my husband hates dealing with raw chicken. It's not that I love it. I just, you know, somebody's got to do it. He'll do it if he has to. But he prefers not to. Come on. There we go. Like I said, they're not the best cut, and I know I'm not perfect at cutting these, but it's okay. Once you grill it, it's gonna taste delicious. Do you pluck the little hairs off? The little feathers, I mean. They'll just burn off when you grill it, right? I missed that one big time. That's why it was so hard to cut. That's okay. I kind of hate to stop because I've got the gloves on and everything, and I don't want to have to redo that later. I know I'm missing this bone and it's driving me crazy. This one's a hot mess. That was terrible. Oh well. Don't judge me by how I cut these. They're cold. My hand's cold. doing pretty good getting the little wing part, tip part off. It's this part that I'm having trouble with. As that one slice is pretty easy. So I don't know why do they sell these already cut, like sell the drums and the flats separate? Because if they do, I need to find those, because this is just annoying. Having to do it yourself. Hello, hello. Hey Becky, are you left-handed? No, well, I'm ambidextrous, but I have the camera so I can see my phone, so I can see, so everything's backwards. So it looks like I'm doing it with my left hand, but I'm not. I am left-handed with some things though. So I am cutting up chicken. And I don't know if you've ever had to cut up chicken wings, but just so you know, in the grocery store, I have not found these cut up where the drums and the flats are separated. They come as one whole piece and you have to cut it yourself. I did not know that the first time I made these. So dummy me, looking like an idiot, going from store to store, looking for drums and flats separate. I think I finally called my mom and I asked her, and she started laughing at me. She's like, no, it's one whole piece and you have to cut it. It's like, what? One whole piece, just like this. Chicken wings. You got your wing tip that you cut off because there's not really any meat on it. You got your flat, then you got your drum. I didn't know. The first time I made these, I swear it took me a couple hours just to cut these up. Because I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a little better at getting by with it. So this is 8 to 9 pounds worth of chicken, and I've got see, I missed it. Where's that? Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. There we go. Whew. It's hard cutting this stuff up. Alright, I've got about 4 more left and then we'll get on to the marinade parts. So cut the tip part off. It's my mom, this is what my mom said to do. I said, okay. Years ago when I started making them. Almost done, almost done. 3 more. Stop grinning at me. All right. It helps to have a sharp knife. Good. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. Ah, ah, ah. Waka waka. I'm winging it. Ah. I didn't know you were gonna get a comedy show tonight, huh? Okay, last one. Put that over there. And yay, that last one was an easy one to do. Perfect. Okay, let me put this in the sink. Let me get rid of these just a second. Ew. the little tips. Wing tips. Alright, and now all we have are the drums and flats. I'm sure they've looked better shape before if somebody else were to do them, but this is how I did them. Not too shabby, I would say, and it didn't take too long. Alright, let's move this to the side. Get rid of these gloves. Let me wash my hands real quick. Hang on just 1 second. Okay. Hands are washed. I personally would not trust myself with a knife sharp enough for that, so I'd be interesting in some kitchen scissors. Can you cut through chicken bones and stuff like that with kitchen scissors, Becky? I don't know. Alright, let's move this over, and then we'll pull in my bowl and we'll make the marinade. Okay, so again, that was about, not quite, well, about 9 pounds of chicken wings. I have this huge, gigantic container. It is a 40-cup container, 9.4 liters. So it's pretty big. And this has become my chicken marinating container. So I'm going to make the marinade straight in here, and then I'll put the chicken in. And then once it's all done, you want to make sure you have enough marinade to cover your chicken as best as possible. So then you just stick it in the fridge, and every once in a while when you go to the refrigerator, you just take it out and just give it a good shake. And that's it. So, all right, for the marinade we need, here is your basic. You need 3/4 cup of cider vinegar, 1/2 cup of oil, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon celery salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, 1 teaspoon onion salt. Could not find onion salt, so I'll just have onion powder, and I'll add a little bit of salt if necessary. 1 teaspoon paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1 egg. Nutmeg, that's what I forgot to pull out, was the nutmeg. Hang on. Let me get into my baking cabinet and find my nutmeg. Sorry about that, I thought I had everything out. Alright, there we go, nutmeg. Alright, so I'm going to triple this at first and see if we need more. Like I said, I can't remember how much I made last year of this. For some reason, 6 stands out in my mind. Like I 6'd it. So we'll see. Let's do 3/4 cup of vinegar 3 times. And you know, if I was really good, I'd do the math. But I'm not that good. So we're going straight into this bowl. 1, 2. Oh, and eggs. Did I say egg? You need egg. So I'm going to taste this before I add the eggs and see how it is and see what needs to be tweaked and what doesn't need to be tweaked. Alright, so that is 3. Oil, we need 1/2 cup of oil, so 1.5 cups. Becky, you're talking about the sharp knives. When we first got this set of knives, that's and I'm probably going to say it wrong, the Santoku knife, Santoku knife. Anyway, I dropped it. I was washing it and I dropped it. I was trying to put it in the dishwasher because we didn't really normally do the dishwasher. Wait, 1.5 cups. But I did. I washed it and I went to put it in the dishwasher and I dropped it and I was like, oh my gosh, I almost cut my foot off. But I learned how to handle it now. It's not super intimidating. And I can probably already tell that we're going to need to add more because that is not even 1/4 of the way full for this container. Alright, so 3 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, but we're just going to go by thirds and we can add more. So 3 teaspoons of cayenne. This is going to give you your heat. Of course, if you want it spicier, add more cayenne. which I usually do afterwards. Once you taste it, I'll usually end up doing more. 1, 2, kind of heaping teaspoons. 3. Okay. 3 teaspoons of celery salt. And you know, the stuff like this, like the celery salt, I don't ever use it for anything except this. Maybe I should shake it first because it's got salt in it. Hang on. Let's shake it. Okay. Mix it all together. Oh, it's still good. 1, 2. Like I said, it doesn't have to be precise. A little thick measuring never hurt anybody. Alright, now we go garlic salt. 3 teaspoons of garlic salt. Let's shake that one up. One, 2, 3. Okay, I don't have onion salt, like I said, so we're just going to use regular onion powder. And you can always add more salt. 1, 2, 3. 1 teaspoon of paprika, so we need 3 of those. So far, I was hoping I had enough of this because paprika and the garlic and onion, well, not garlic salt, but the onion powder and stuff, I always run out because those are like my staples. All right, half a teaspoon of pepper, so we're gonna do 1.5 of these. Again, it doesn't have to be perfectly measured. There's pepper and nutmeg. Nutmeg. So I have 1/4, let's see. Let's do that much. All right, I'm gonna give this a little whisk together and then we'll try it, and we'll probably end up having to do that all over again because that is not enough. So bear with me with the noise. Hang on a second. All right, y'all, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and do that all over again. So we're gonna 6 the recipe. So let's go back and add 3 more of everything. So 3/4 cup of vinegar 3 times. I have to open a new bottle. I think tomorrow's trash day and put all this chicken goop and empty bottles and stuff in there. I didn't buy the fancy expensive apple cider vinegar. I just bought the regular one. This one doesn't have the mother in it. No mother. It's just a marinade, so I bought the cheap one. Or the basic, I guess I should say. So 1, 2, and 3. So it was probably about a whole bottle's worth since I had about half a bottle of that first one. And now we're down to half a bottle of this one. Okay, now we need 1.5 cups of oil. I might even have to make one more batch once I put the chicken in and see. 1 cup. I'm so excited. I do love these wings. I'd rather eat these than anything else on Easter, I think, because they're so good. And you can dip them in anything. We grill them. You can put them in the oven, although I've never made them in the oven, so I can't verify how they come out that way or say. All right, now the spices. So, cayenne. 3. 1. 2. See, for some reason, I was thinking 6. And I think I was right. Cayenne. Celery salt. Where are you? Here we go. Let's do 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3. Garlic salt. Where are you? Here you go. Hey, Val. 1, 2, and 3. Onion. You're up. 1, 2, and 3. Paprika. Hey, Mrs. Bellamy. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. I know y'all have things you could be doing, but I appreciate you popping on. You missed the mess of me trying to cut up chicken wings. Pepper. I'm gonna do 1.5 of these. 1 and a half. Then we've got nutmeg. And I think I got everything, right? So, eating chicken wings, what is your preference? I think I need to sneeze, excuse me. Do you prefer drums? This can be loud while I mix it. Drums or the flats? Or to your mother. Your mother, your brother, and your sister too, Val. I personally don't care. I'll eat either the drums or the flats. It doesn't make a difference to me. Okay. Mix all that up. Sorry if it's a little loud. All right, let's give it a little taste. Okay, it needs more salt. So let's add some salt. I'm not even going to measure. At this point, we're just going to wing it and we're not going to measure anything. We measured to begin with, and now you just measure with your heart until your ancestors say, yeah, mija, that's enough. Or my dad says, stop. Okay, different finger. Let's try the salt. I'm gonna run out of fingers. Add some more. I know it seems like a lot, but I've got almost 9 pounds of chicken, so no worries. That looks yummy. I found I gravitate to the flats. The flats, huh? Is it because the drums have, it's a little more work? I think the drums are a little more work to get all that good meat off of it. Okay. Let's add a little more cayenne. It needs a little more spice. A little more spice. And I'm tasting this because it does call for egg. So you want to taste this and tweak it to your liking before you add the eggs in, unless you just like tasting raw egg, which is totally up to you. I don't judge. And I'm going to add a little bit more vinegar too for a little bit more tang. Again, the basic recipe gets you started, and then you can just add more of whatever you'd like. So I'll add a little bit more vinegar. Don't think we need more oil, just a little more vinegar. Again, I like that tang. I used to make these in 2 separate containers, and then I found this nice big one. Well, mainly because I was buying 2 separate containers every year because I always would lose the containers. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put these away for next year. These would be my chicken wing containers. And I forget where I put them. So I probably have like 2 or 3 sets of containers that I was using for chicken wings, and I don't know where any of them are. But this one I remembered where I had it. All right, different finger, let's try it. I still think I need some more salt, you guys. And I know it seems like a lot. I know, but you want to make sure that they taste good once all that flavor gets in there. I think the cayenne level is okay. It does have a little spice already to it now. Let's just add a little bit more of everything. Here's a little bit more nutmeg. Let's add a little more celery salt. We're just gonna, like, you know, wing it. Ha ha ha. Again, with my winging it. Like I said, I think we're good on the cayenne. I don't make it too spicy because there'll be some kids there. Not everybody likes spicy. All right, one more finger. Okay. It's a little more tangy to it. Little more tang. And again, more salt. And it might look like I'm adding a super lot, but I don't think I am for almost 9 pounds of chicken. All right, I think this will be it. All right, last finger, thumb. There we go. All right, we're gonna call it quits with that. So now, it's time to add the eggs. Yeah, I added enough of the cayenne. It tastes, oh no! Oh man. I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know why I laid it there. Let me rinse this off real quick, hang on. All right, I knew that was gonna happen. And I still did it anyway. That's all right. All right, so since we sixed the recipe, we're gonna add 6 eggs. And I already have 6 of them ready to go because I just figured, I remember I said, I have a feeling 6. 6 is my feeling, so. And we're not saving these shells today. We'll have plenty of time for that later. We're just gonna, I don't feel like being fancy with the shells. Besides, we've already got our Easter eggs ready to go for this year. Confetti eggs, so after Easter, we'll start on the next batch of confetti eggs of saving shells. Ooh, that was a pretty yellow. I don't know if y'all saw that one. That one was like really pretty yellow. All right, and last one. I'm gonna have a mess. I have a mess in this kitchen. I'm glad y'all can't really see it because this kitchen is a hot mess. Between rinsing off all the chicken beforehand and me just making a mess. I'm a messy cook. I'm not gonna lie. I am messy in the kitchen. Come out. All right, let me wash my hands. Hand washing, hand washing. Okay. Let's mix these eggs in. Although if you're smart, you'd probably do it in a separate bowl ahead of time. And then we'll add the chicken in. And hopefully this is enough marinade. If not, we'll have to add some more. I don't know what the eggs do. What do you think the eggs do in a marinade? I've never added eggs to chicken marinade before. You know, like when you just, if you're gonna grill, I've made marinades for chicken before, but I've never added eggs. So I'm not sure what the egg does. But you add it in there. Anybody know what the egg might be used for or what it does to marinating chicken? Okay, I think that's all mixed together nicely. And last little stir. Okay. All right, now we're just gonna add the chicken back in. My tongs. And we're just gonna put these in there. Let them go for a little swim. Speaking of chickens, our neighbors across the way have chickens and roosters. I can hear them out there cackling. I hope y'all can hear that rooster crowing. That rooster crows all day long. Is that normal? Sounds like it's in pain. Oh, I cannot wait for Sunday to eat these. Of course, I'm sure my dad had this down to an exact T and knew exactly how much to make and didn't follow this recipe, but that's okay. I'm telling you, this is a bunch of chicken. 2 family packs worth, so almost 9 pounds worth of chicken going into this huge container that will live in my fridge for the next couple of days. Now, who wants to come over and help me clean up all this chicken mess? Cutting boards, knives, everything. I have to disinfect it all. Almost done. Okay, last couple of pieces, and then we'll give them all a good dunk and see. All right, how are they looking in here? Hey, Mom. All right, the expert is on. Mom, do you think I need to make another batch of marinade, or you think this is good? I think this is good. They're pretty much covered. You gotta push them down. What do you think, Mom? You get the final say. Do I add more or leave it as is? That's all of it. Almost 9 pounds of chicken. I 6'd the marinade recipe. Well, you know what? I'm going to say I 7'd it because I just ended up adding more of everything anyway, except oil. I didn't add extra oil, and I only used 6 eggs. What do you think? Look good? Your dad would be proud. Thank you. I'm going to say this is good. I think they're pretty covered, and once you shake it, I think we're good to go. See, everything's pretty covered. And that's it, you guys. That's all. Yeah, I'm going to call it quits. Call it quits with that. Okay. So then we pop the lid on. I washed it. Big old lid goes on, and it goes in the fridge. Come on, snap one. Come on. Get over there. There we go. Burp it. That's it. There she is. And you just give it a nice good shake to get it all mixed up. And we'll do that every once in a while whenever we open the refrigerator. Let's pull you back up so you can see. Once you open the refrigerator, just give it a good shake, and that's it. You throw it on the grill, and they'll be good to go by Sunday. So it's Wednesday evening. We got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're marinating for not quite 4 days. So make sure to shake every day, maybe twice. Yep, that's what I said. And my big old container. Look at that. Look at all that. Doesn't that look yummy? It's heavy too. And just pour out the marinade. Just pour it into the grass or in the back corner of your yard, and some animal will come and be sure to lick it up and enjoy it. So that's it. That's the marinade for my dad's buffalo chicken wings. And let me know if you try it. Let me know in the comments if you like the drums, if you like the flats, if you like chicken wings at all. Some people don't like chicken wings because they're on the bone. And you cannot call a boneless chicken wing a boneless chicken wing, because at that point it's just a chicken strip. It's a chicken tender. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no such thing as a boneless chicken wing. It's not. There's not. It becomes a chicken tender. Fight me. I feel very strongly about that. No such thing. Chicken wings are on the bone. And if you don't like the bone, then don't eat the chicken wings, right? Then you get yourself some chicken tenders or some chicken nuggets. No bones in those, hopefully. Anyway, so there it is. And let me know if you make it or if you try to make it. And love to hear your thoughts. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening. And we'll be back next Wednesday. Should be at noon Central Time for another version of What's Cooking Wednesday. Don't have a recipe picked out yet, but I will have one ready for y'all. Aunt Marty would love this that you're doing them. Yes, Aunt Marty. My Aunt Marty. This is, I think, her recipe that my dad stole from her. Anyway, it's in the family, and I'm happy to share it with y'all. I'm sure they'd be happy to share it as well. So have a good evening, and I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your week.